the temple, and they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days. 46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. 47. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. 48. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Exactly, right? And that's showing you the little background on how the sanctuary was defiled under King Antiochus IV, or King Antiochus Epiphanes. You see?
Right.
Now you could go back to chapter 4.
One last. Yeah, let's go down a little bit more. It says, and whosoever, verse 49, to the end they might forget the law and change all their ordinances. And whosoever would not do so according to the commandment of the king, he said, should die. And that's
go ahead.
And that's why Judas, was rededicated the sanctuary, so that we would remember, so that we would be in the history books and we would practice it. All right? Practice our holy thing, because they intended to make us forget. They intended to wipe us out. Something like that what was mentioned in the movie 300. Xerxes said that I will wipe the Spartans from the face of the earth. No one shall ever utter. He will blot out the eyes of people, so they won't make no paintings. He will cut out their tongues, so they would not mention the name of Sparta again. And then lastly, Leonidas just hit you with some subtlety of speech. Men will know that 300 men fought against one wicked tyrant, roughly paraphrasing, right? So, let me finish up, eh? It says, yeah, it is here. First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 10.
No.
Yes, 10 somewhere.
No, he had 14.
What 20 something?
No, he had 34.
Yeah, 34. First Maccabees chapter 4 verse 10. Chapter 4 verse 34. So they joined battle, and they were slain.
36.
Verse 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up into Mount Zion. And when they had saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burnt up, and scrubs growing in the courts, as in a forest or in one of the mountains.
See, and what are going back to, right? Shit, right? Because there was no man, to keep it. Right. All right, the priest wasn't there to clean it. All right, and to take care of the sanctuary. So guess what? It was left desolate.
Right.
You see, and that's why Judas Maccabeus say, hey, since our enemies are discomfited and running for them lives, hey, let's go and rededicate the temple. All right, but
read about verse 38. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burnt up, and shrubs growing in the courts, as in a forest or in one of the mountains, yea, the priest's chambers pulled down, they rent their clothes and made a great lamentation, and cast ashes upon their head, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew an alarm with trumpets, and cried towards heaven. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until they had cleansed the sanctuary. See that? That goes to show filthy Esaiah's why. True cavemen. They in there dwelling in the field, boy. Them are some stink dogs, boy. Makalab. This is verse 40. And fell down flat to the ground. Slack you. Part of 1. Verse 41. Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary